Here's some crazy research. If you've ever heard of the linear no threshold hypothesis, you're going to want to stay tuned. It turns out, pretty much everybody knows there's this thing called the placebo effect, where if you give somebody a sugar pill and they're in pain, that will help reduce the stress, and it can make them, for some people, make them feel like their pain is being mitigated by the sugar pill. There's something else. It's called the nocebo effect. It's basically the opposite. You give somebody a sugar pill, you tell them it's poison. If they believe you and their stress levels go up, they'll think that the effects of the stress are due to the sugar pill, and they can actually get real effects from that. It's just the opposite of the placebo. And this paper, published in the Health Physics Journal, shows that fear of radiation is a nocebo for cancer. The point being that if you have a lot of fear or stress or depression, and it's consistent and it's prolonged and it's substantial, your cancer rates go up simply from the fear. And what this paper shows is that where there were cases like high background natural radiation areas or the Taiwan apartments where they had contaminated rebar in the entire complex, where people get rather large doses, but if they don't know about it, there's no cancer. There's no epidemiological result from getting exposed to these. But when people know about radiation, even if it's well below the threshold for detection, then you get a lot of claims of effects. The point being that the only time that anybody's claimed that there was an effect based on epidemiology is when somebody was afraid of an exposure. And so what the paper shows is like smoking. It's going to cause you to have effects at low doses when it was strictly due to psychosomatic effects. And that's what the paper's called, Psychosomatic Bias and Low-Dose Radiation Epidemiology, Assessing the Role of Radiophobia and Stress in Cancer Incidence. So low-dose radiation is like a nocebo. It's a nothing sandwich, like what happened with 3 Mile Island. Everybody got, on average, a daily background dose, a small fraction of the annual dose, a fraction of a percent, but it terrified people. And that terror causes stress, and the stress causes certain biological things to take place, which reduce your ability to fight off cancer. So if you've already got it, it makes it more likely that you're not going to be able to fight it off, or it makes you more likely to get it simply because you're under high stress. But it does require that you've got to really be terrified of low-level radiation exposure, like Chernobyl or a nuclear accident or something. Those terrify people. Anyway, just crazy research that shows fear of radiation is a nocebo for cancer. Who'd have thought? Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll put the reference in the comments. Have a good day. Bye.